Bucket House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
Gosh.
It didn't work.
Why are we doing this? This week we talk all-day park hopping returning to Walt Disney World
Price increases at the Disney parks.
and bringing Disney home for Halloween. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 106. Cannot wait to get started today.
Yes, as always, welcome back, everybody. We're so happy that you're here.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It has been quite the last couple of weeks. So you heard last week's episode, which was with our friends Reagan and Amanda over at Strolling Down Main Street. We had a blast talking to them, but that was pre-recorded, a little behind the scenes there. So we had a week off of recording, which was weird but needed because we are so stinking busy getting ready for the baby.
Right. She's going to be here anytime now.
Any minute. So Caitlin's considered now, as of today, full term, which is, I didn't know 37 weeks was considered full term.
According to our doctor. Yeah,
I thought it was 40.
that's what I thought too.
That's what I've been telling people, so I don't know. So apparently Caitlin's considered full term technically on paper, but her due date's not for another couple of weeks. So again, we'll see when she comes, when she decides to proper head out in this beautiful world of ours. But we're preparing for that. So we've been going to Target a ton. We went today again. We've been ordering from Target.
Yeah.
We've been looking at Target. I live Target. Like, I literally need a Uber to pick me up every single day at a certain time because it's just on schedule. We just go there all the
Seriously.
time. So Target, if you're listening, if you want to sponsor us, it would help us raise our child because I've spent so much money with you guys in the last few months here. But no, we've been getting the nursery ready. It is like 90% completed, and it feels so much better than an empty room.
Yes, we have the crib in there finally. The dresser's all put together. The glider's in there. All her clothes have been washed. Caleb, you've killed it with everything. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You've been, I don't want to take all the credit. You've been doing all of the baby's laundry.
Yes.
You've been folding everything. You've been getting the crib all whatever. What do you want to say it? Linened.
Linen, yes. But I
Yeah.
have to say, you've done all the hard work because all of the furniture required some time and
Thank
they
you.
came in a lot of pieces. So thank you.
Yeah, what's frustrating about that is we bought, it's called Baby Leto.
Yes.
And it's like this, I think a lot of parents now use this brand. It's like clean and natural and we don't use chemicals. I'm like, awesome. I don't want my kid to be exposed to chemicals.
Right.
So I'll pay a little extra for this kind of, I guess, quality furniture. I think it gets good reviews. So in my head, it was right in between the dollar amount was right in between, like, it wasn't IKEA level, so it wasn't cheaper stuff, which I would expect to put together.
Right.
But it also wasn't like thousands of dollars where I'm like, it's for sure coming in a giant box and whatever, like what Pottery Barn or West Elm. So it's right in the middle. It's that middle ground where I'm like, it could come either way. Yet they chose not to put anything together.
Yes.
So it is a pain in the rear end putting all of this furniture together. I have had the help of my dad. That's been awesome. He's been over helping me out because I need a couple hands that can hold heavy things. Poor Caitlin can't really help too much.
No.
So it's finally done.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
Thank you so much for doing all that, though. It's done. And we just go in there and look at it. And it's just so fun to
It
do.
is my pleasure because it's one less thing I have to deal with. It's just, I have a problem with it sits in the back of my head and it just kills. It eats at me.
Same.
So if I know there's something I need to do upstairs, I just need to get it done. So it feels so much better to have, again, 90% completed. We just need to order a side table. That's the last thing we need to do so Caitlin can set her, her phone down and her water bottle and all that stuff while you're nursing in that chair.
And unfortunately, I still do need to pack my hospital bag. It's been a
Oh,
stressor
yeah.
of mine.
Just a minor detail. One thing you need to have are, I don't know, clothes at the
Yes.
hospital. I don't know. We bought some, what do you call it? Some
What?
like care things for you, right? When you
Oh,
bring
yeah,
to the
like
hospital.
postpartum care. Like,
Yeah.
oh, gosh, there's so many different things. I have it like half packed. I just have to get everything into the bag, if that makes
It's
sense.
a lot to manage.
It really is.
So
But I'm more excited to pack Caleb's bag. Like, I'm just so excited to make sure that he's taken care
I'm
of.
going to tell you right now what it's going to be. A box of crackers, my iPad, and a pair of pants.
I was going to say your Switch or something.
Just one pair of shorts. And I'm going to wear the same shirt the entire time. I'm just kidding. No, I do need to pack. I don't want to do it because it's like it's packing for, of course, I am so excited for her to come and for that experience. But it's also kind of packing for like a vacation that you don't really want to go on. I'm a little nervous and scared.
Oh, same here.
So it's a weird, like,
Yeah.
it's going to feel so real when it's packed. So
Yeah.
anyways, that's what we've been up to. Other than baby prep, which I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about by now, we've been watching Loki.
Love Loki season 2.
Loki season 2 is awesome. I love it. And if you think otherwise, you're terribly wrong. I loved season 1. Caitlin wasn't a giant fan of it, but I've got her hooked on season 2.
Yes, and especially episode 3 that we just watched. That was really good.
It was really good. So again, no spoilers here. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Binge watch season 1 if you didn't watch it and get caught up because it is a fantastic season so far. I love everyone involved in that show. Again, one last thing, and then we'll dive into everything else. It is our anniversary today.
It is.
And you guys actually showed a ton of love. Thank you so much over on Instagram. Caitlin posted a nice, sweet message. Thank you, by the way. I don't get to post something in response, right, to reply. So thank you. But yeah, all of you have shown some love over there, sending happy anniversary wishes our way. Thank you so much for doing that. It's been 6 years.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
6 amazing
Let's
years.
do at least another 6.
Okay, well, hopefully.
Let's check in 6 and see how we're doing. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Maybe
No.
a little longer than
Maybe
that.
like 60 long years.
More than that. Like 600.
Okay. I'm
can't-
down.
All right.
If I can live till 600, I'll do it. No, it's been a blast. Again, time flies and sometimes it doesn't, right? Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, really? Like,
yeah.
it's only been 6 years. It feels like it's been an eternity. But we've
Same.
also been together for, 12 years now?
Yeah, almost 12 years.
That is nuts.
I love it. You're my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Life with you is fun.
Yeah, we're having a blast.
But yeah, we're going to have a
And
little
then-
date night tonight.
Yeah, last one before
excited.
baby comes. And my mom sent us a happy anniversary message and I said, guess where the little one's going to be next year this time? Your house. Because we need to keep this up.
Yes.
Date nights.
Date
Yeah, we're going to
nights.
get some Italian food
Yes.
from our favorite restaurant down in Midtown. And it will be a blast.
I
I'm
can't wait.
hoping it's good food.
I'm sure it will be.
It always is. They have really good gluten-free pizza and pasta. It's a dream. But hey, before we dive into the news, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. It is a huge help to the show. Also, please share this episode with a friend. If you've got a friend that wants to go to Disney or wants a little Disney in their life just from the day-to-day, send them this episode and hopefully they'll like it and they'll listen to the show as well. We also have a Patreon. A huge shout out to our crew over there. markethousepodcast.com/support. It's a great way to support the show. We thank you guys for doing that, and thank you in advance for joining us over there. We've got bonus episodes. We've got some fun chat stuff going on, and yeah, just sharing some extras over there.
Yeah, a lot of life updates and pictures of our spooky Halloween decorations.
Our one decoration up. We will be showing some decorations when Christmas comes around, which is a
Yes.
little more intense in this household. So that tree's coming down in like 2 or 3 weeks.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's coming
Counting down.
Yep. All right, let's dive into that news. All right, first up, we've got some news over at Disneyland. So this is an update from a news story we shared with you guys a few months back. And Disney has come to an agreement with that class action lawsuit regarding the Dream Key. So let me bring you up to speed here. A group of folks sued Disney, the company, saying, hey, you know what? You advertised the Dream Key as an unlimited pass. I could go to the park whenever I want, whenever, right? But I have to have a park reservation. So, okay, that's a little bit of a curveball. But what they had a problem with was that they gave priority to ticket holders. So ticket holders had priority when it came to park reservations. They had more park reservation availability than Magic Key holders. So their argument was, it's not truly unlimited then. There's a limit, right? So they were a little frustrated saying, hey, you guys advertised something as something. It wasn't that. And so they sued the company. Now, Disney has come to an agreement and settled that lawsuit. Let me give you the details here. The total payout equals $9.5 million and is going to pay out to about 100,000 settlement class members. So that's actually a good way of seeing how many Dream Key holders there were.
Good grief.
103,000 of them.
Okay, does that feel small or like does that feel like a pretty
Feels
accurate
like
number?
a lot. That's a lot
Right?
of people. Imagine the other tiers, and the Dream Key is the top. That was the top tier. Now it's Inspire.
Right.
They replaced, or I'm sorry, changed the name because the Dream Key is no longer. There's no really truly unlimited pass anymore. So they changed the name to Inspire to, I guess, reduce confusion. It's still confusing, but yes, there were 103,435 Dream Key holders at the time of this lawsuit. So class members will receive an estimate of $67.41.
This is comical to me. I remember seeing that and sending. Did I send you a picture or I texted you about
You
it?
did, yeah.
And we're being like $67.
67 Whopperinos. You can buy box of popcorn at Disney.
It's very interesting to me.
Again, I guess anything's welcome in the situation, but I do think it's a little silly that when you purchased a pass that was, I think at the time, $1,200-ish, you're getting $70 back for some, I don't know.
I just don't get the math. Like, I wonder how that became the number.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
So
well,
bizarre.
hey, at least there's something. If you have that key, good for you.
Good for you. Payments will be made by April 20th, 2024. So, in the next, 6 months or so, you should have your money. All right, our next news story is some very exciting news for you Walt Disney World folks. You can finally park hop whenever you want, starting January 9th, 2024.
This is really exciting.
Fine. It's kind of like a finally thing.
Right?
Right? Like, come on. So again, by our verbiage, you can tell that it's not happening over in Disneyland, unfortunately. We are worthless to the company, apparently. But no, starting, January 9th, you can park hop whenever you want. Starting after the opening of the parks after the pandemic and all that stuff, they limit it to 2 p.m. in Walt Disney World, so you couldn't park hop until the afternoon. And then over in Disneyland, it's 11 a.m. right now.
I think so, yeah.
It was at one point like 1, right?
1, yeah, and then they changed it.
Got it. How confusing is that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
So Walt Disney World, it was limited to 2 p.m. and after, and then right now it's 11 a.m. and after at Disneyland. Good grief. But Disney has finally announced that you can park hop at your heart's content if you have a park hopper ticket or an annual pass starting in 2024.
Well, good for them. So happy for all of you guys in Walt Disney World. Hopefully that'll be coming to us over here soon.
I really hope so, but again, we can be happy for our East Coast brothers and sisters.
Of course.
That is fantastic, and we will be taking advantage of that when we go to Disney World next.
All right, for our last news story, we have some unfortunate but expected news. Disney has increased prices at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a shock, and I think Disney fans, if you've been following the company or going to the parks for a length of time, you'll know that these price increases are kind of expected, right?
Right.
In a way. And I don't want to say that too much, and I'll dive into as to why in a second here. But yeah, price increases happen quite often at Disneyland and Disney World because the demand is so stinking high. The parks are packed from wall to wall. If you've been in the last couple of years, you'll know that everyone and their mother are going to the parks right now. Like, literally, we have tons of friends and family that are going in the next 6 months or so. It's just a thing to do.
Yeah.
So Disney gets to raise prices because they go, hey, you keep coming, so we're just going to keep jacking these prices up.
Exactly.
I'm sure they wrap it up with some stuff like, for us to, invest back into the parks and keep the, whatever, the customer service you expect and stuff. We've got to raise these prices. Kind of whatever. When you look at their financials, you're like, you're doing just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you need to raise prices, but let me kind of dive in here and tell you some specific increases over at Disneyland first. For example, let's go to multi-day passes. A 3-day ticket used to be $360, now it's $390. So what is that, $30 increase?
Yeah.
You've got a 4-day ticket going from $395 to $445. A 5-day ticket going from $415 to $480.
Wow.
That is single day. Single park.
That is insane.
So if you want to add a park hopper option, used to be $60. Now for a 3-day park hopper add-on, it is $70, so a $10 increase per ticket. Same thing for 4-day, and then if you want a 5-day park hopper add-on, it's $75 per ticket. So this is hundreds of dollars in increases for a family. So once you get the multi-day park ticket and whatever, you're looking at hundreds of dollars difference for a family of 5, let's say. Let's go over to annual passes or Magic Keys. You've got the Imagine Key, which was the lowest one. The joke is you imagine going to the parks because you can never go because of all the blockout dates. It was previously $449. Now it's $499, so not that much there. The Enchant Magic Key, our current key, went from $700 to $850.
And took away all weekends.
So you're getting less park days for more money. You've got the Believe Magic Key going from $1,100 to $1,250.
Ooh.
Then you've got the Inspire Magic Key, the top of the line, creme de la creme, going from $1,600 to $1,650. So another minor increase there. But it looks like the Enchant and Believe are by far the most popular. So there's the increase. That's where it's coming from.
Right.
Yeah, the intensity of that. Parking has also been increased. It's going up to $35 per day, and preferred parking is now $55.
Wow.
Oh, excuse me. So again, Disneyland just getting more expensive. Is that news? Not really, but I think the aggressive nature of it is kind of newsworthy. Let's hope. It's making me choke up. I can't talk about it. Let's head over to Walt Disney World and talk about increases there. Annual passes went up to about $50 per pass. Theme park parking increased $5. Now it's $30. And then I think that's pretty much it. That was the increase over in Disney World.
Well, not as bad as ours.
No, I know. So tickets didn't even go up at all.
That's interesting to me because, again, they get more traffic over there. So you would think that the higher prices would be in Walt Disney World.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They just don't like us Disneyland people.
I don't know.
I don't understand it. So, and another frustrating thing, before I move on, another frustrating thing is that Walt Disney World pass holders can renew their passes at a discount. So at previous year's rates, they can increase their, renew their pass. You can't do that at Disneyland. You have to renew at the increased cost.
Do you remember a few years ago when we had our APs where they gave you a free month if you renewed?
Yeah, I remember.
That was because we did it.
It was renew, get 13 months for the price of 12.
No, it's nothing. Now you don't even know if you're going to be able to buy a key, let alone renew.
Yeah, now they spit in your face and then take your money and then give you your pass.
Jeez.
Get out of here, scum. Take your annual pass and leave.
Okay.
What's frustrating about this increase is that the parks, relatively speaking, are in rough shape, right? The parks have never been this banged up, needing a paint job, what have you. I have noticed some stuff when you're walking through the parks going like, wow, they could really use some maintenance.
Yeah, and again, it's not just us either. If you listen to other podcasts, you see people on social media, generally speaking, people are saying the same things.
Exactly. Rides are constantly going down throughout the day. Again, this used to be a rare occurrence back in the day. This feels like it's clockwork now. You can expect Space Mountain to go down a few times a day. You can expect Matterhorn to go down. You can expect Indiana Jones. That's always been the case.
Right.
But every ride right now feels like it's like, yeah, down. Sorry, buddy. Come back in an hour.
Exactly.
We have limited park hopping. So we still have limited, basically, chances to park hop at Disneyland. One less nighttime show. We don't have Fantasmic anymore. Again, they're trying to develop one, but we still have one less show to watch. Attractions under construction for years. Look at Tron over in Disney World. Look at Adventureland Treehouse over here in Disneyland. Reduce Disney hotel perks. So, you want to spend $900 a night staying on property? That's fantastic. You'll get a themed room, but no more early entry, at least an hour. Now it's 30 minutes?
I think it's 30 minutes, yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. What are you going to do in 30 minutes?
I remember when you were able to send your merch back to your room, and you can't do that still.
Can't do that anymore?
It's just it's little things where you're like, what is the point of staying on property for that? Because again, as we've mentioned in other episodes, there are other hotels that we love that are cheaper than Disney that are doing a better job.
Oh, 100%.
So and we're talking Disneyland, but it's just outrageous of, you think with so many people going to the parks and so many people dropping this money, and again, crowds that we've seen with videos and just people that we know personally who have gone to the parks, it's insanely packed.
So busy.
And it's okay, that's okay. I guess raise the prices, but what's the benefit of raising the prices other than for you to gain more profit?
Yeah, other than filtering out people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of for people who go to Disney all the time, people who love going there, if you're going to raise the prices, show something for it.
Sure.
So we're oh, okay. Again, it's going to cost our family an extra couple grand to go, but this is why.
Sure.
This is just the upkeep that we've been doing, but I feel like they're lacking that.
They're lacking that. And I think what they would say right now is, well, number one, inflation is what they're going to throw in your face, which is not, it's kind of not the case though. I don't think they've been hit that hard. I think on average, this is a 15 to 20% increase across these price increases, which is, that's aggressive.
And again, parks have been doing the best out of everything in the company, so those wouldn't generally be the area to raise.
Yeah,
that
I know.
was.
Yeah,
so
so silly. You've got longest waits in history. You've got this dumb Genie Plus system that's terrible for everybody involved, even Genie Plus users and standby line waiters.
Exactly.
It's a broken system. And reduce staffing thanks to the park reservation system. They can use those numbers to basically go, oh, we're not going to staff up this park because there's a little less people, but makes for a less than stellar experience. This all, again, like I mentioned, all those things lead up and add up to a less than amazing experience at what used to be the gold standard of theme park entertainment. Is Disney still great? Of course. Will it always be a special place for us? Yeah, probably. But with how things are going, I'm not writing it off. I just don't know if we're going to be able to go as often as we once did.
yeah, no, I agree.
I just look at how much it costs and I go, especially adding a third to us, I just go, I don't know if it makes a ton of sense to just burn all of our vacation money at a place that clearly doesn't want us there in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm blowing this up, it's because I've been really upset about this. These were announced 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'll admit this is old news, but I've been stewing for a little bit and I'm upset.
Yeah, and I think personally, like coming from me, I think the most like eye-opening experience so far in the last couple of weeks is, for example, with a key that Caleb just mentioned that we have, they took weekends away, which means like Caleb and I aren't going to be able to do that key anymore, which again, I'm not going to sit here and harp and be like, first world problems, Caitlin, you have a key, you're able to go to Disney when you want, poor you. It's not about that. It's just more of like, now we have to go up a level of key if we want to keep our key to take our kiddo to the park all the time, which increases costs in a crazy amount. And then you're like on top of flights that are more expensive, food's more expensive. And then we're going to have issues with the availability because the days that we're going to want to go, we can't because of the new blockout dates that they issue 9 months later.
Sure.
And it's just kind of like, it's just frustrating because at the end of the day, do we love Disney? Obviously, you all know that we do because we wouldn't be doing this and sharing Disney everything with you guys. But it's just, again, we know that price increases are inevitable. So I'm not going to sit here and go, how could they? But I just, at the end of the day, I really wish they would just bring something to the table to go, this is why, and this is what we're going to do. Not do the whole, well, we're thinking of implementing something in the next 15 years,
Yeah.
and hopefully, like, it'll work. And then to find out in 2 years that they're boycotting that idea, and we're just back where we were
Sure.
a couple years ago.
That's true. It's a lot of blue sky stuff that they're like, maybe we'll do this.
Yeah.
So, we're spending $60 billion over the next 10 years. That's a fantastic big number.
Right.
What are you doing? I don't want to spend too much time on this only because we're both frustrated. And again, I just don't want to, woe is me. And yes, it's sad and stuff. But at the end of the day, I think it's frustrating. I think all of you would agree that we're getting less for more money. And I think it just boils down to that. We're getting less experience of what we used to get back, let's say 10, 15 years ago, going to the parks. And you pay double probably of what it used to cost back then. So that's the frustrating part, is that we just keep getting milked for dollar for dollar for dollar, and they're just wringing this towel out. The parks and entertainment division just wringing it out because their stock is in the gutter. Like, it's terrible right now. It's actually getting beat up. Trust me, I've owned it for years. It hurts. It hurts my soul to watch it just get absolutely pummeled the last few years. But at the end of the day, how much longer can they wring that towel until people go, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to Universal. I'm flying my family to Hawaii because it's cheaper to do that than go to the parks. Or I'm going to Europe to give my kids an actual cultural experience versus going to Epcot, which is a
Right.
fake watered down version of whatever. Trust me, I don't want to beat up on it too much. I love Disney. It's just, it's getting frustrating with the cost increases and less to offer. So that's my thing. I don't want to go any longer. But Disney, please improve. Just be fair with us. And if you're going to raise prices, then give us something to be excited about. All right. You know what that music means. It is time for
Disney Trivia.
Brought to you by Target. Taking Caleb's money since 2005. Yeah, I'm poor now because of Target. Seriously, we should just have our paychecks sent to Target directly. And the place gave me enough for food, please.
I mean, I'm sure they would appreciate it.
They would. They'd love it. Like, really, guy? All right, you ready to dive in here?
Let's do this.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to stump you, and stump you good.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, Miss Caitlin, are you ready for your first trivia question?
I am ready.
Here we go. When did Disney California Adventure Park first introduce its World of Color nighttime show? Multiple choice.
Okay.
2005, 2008, 2010, or 2013?
Was it 2010?
That is correct.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
How did you know?
I don't know. I was trying to think of like the time that I saw it for the first time. I feel like I wasn't like too young,
Okay.
but I'm also kind of like, well, now I think about it, I
How
wasn't
old
that
were
young.
you?
2010. I was
14,
14.
right?
Yeah, 14. So I was in high school. I was
Oh
a
my
little
goodness.
freshman.
A little freshman in high school. Ready to tackle the world.
Yes.
What do you think you were going to be when you were a high schooler? Like freshman year, what were you thinking? Like, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to become a what?
And OBGYN.
OBGYN.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then that changed
And
very
you saw
quickly.
blood and you're like, oh God, no. Never
Yes,
mind.
no, not anymore.
No.
But yeah, I wanted to do that for quite some time, like since I was in like elementary school.
Yeah.
And
You
then it
still would have
flipped.
been in school.
Yes.
Would have been like, all right, we've got student loans for the rest of our lives.
What about you?
When I was a kid, I really wanted to be an Air Force pilot when I was young. That dream got crushed when I was diagnosed celiac disease because the military, like boot camp, they not big fans of accommodating allergies.
Yeah, you can't join.
You will eat that. I'm like, I can't, sir. I can't eat bread. And they'd be like, you're a weak man. I'd be out there like, if I crash my plane, like, I can't eat these things. So I'm considered weak in the eyes of the military. No, I as a kid, I always wanted to be a pilot. And I thought, you know what? I'll have the government pay me to become a pilot. And then
Right.
I'll go be a commercial pilot afterwards. And then the celiac thing got in the way. So I really wanted after that to become a commercial pilot. And then I'm just such an old man. The older I got, the more I realized how motion sick I get. And I'm like, flying's not going to do it for me.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
It's getting worse every year.
So then I settled for a life in corporate America.
Oh, stop.
My soul is crushed. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. Which Disney princess made an appearance in Frozen on the day of Elsa's coronation in Arendelle?
Rapunzel.
How did you know that? I thought it was such a
Everyone
like.
knows that.
Oh,
You can see her.
darn it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was gonna stump you. Shoot.
Well,
Okay.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Well, congratulations.
Okay, are you ready for your questions?
I think so. Hit me.
Okay, number 1. How many thingamabobs does Ariel have?
20.
Okay.
Oh, I know that. I love that movie.
I've got 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
No big deal.
Okay, last question. I thought this was a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
What is the highest charting Disney animated hit song currently?
The highest charting Disney animated hit song?
Yes, and if the structure of that sentence is kind
It's
of
that.
wonky.
No, it's the silly Encanto one, isn't it?
What is it?
We don't talk about Bruno.
Gosh darn
I knew it because it made the news because it used to be Let It Go.
Yes.
And that was Disney's number one thing and it
Yes.
was whatever. Then Encanto took it over and it made national news. All of them were talking about it. ABC, NBC, CNN, you name
Yeah.
it. They were all like, Encanto, it's the new craze. And I was like, boo.
Yeah, we weren't big fans of it.
Not a huge fan. And try and convince me otherwise, but it is that grandma is so not likable.
Yeah.
My grandma wasn't like that.
I know it was weird. It was a very beautiful movie though. It was very like I loved like the animation and all the colors. It was
Yes.
so beautiful.
And was it Lin-Manuel Miranda who did the music?
yes. It just wasn't my favorite music. I don't know.
I like him. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why it didn't click for us. It just didn't. But we tied.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
That's awesome.
Get it. Let us know what you got at home. That was always fun. It's always fun.
Yes.
All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is bringing Disney home for Halloween. So like many of you listening, we weren't able to visit Disneyland this Halloween season, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
First time in a few years.
But it's all for good measure.
It is all for good. This little baby will come into the world and be healthy and happy and a little Disney fan. But we thought it would be fun and almost necessary at this point because we
Yeah.
need some Disney magic to bring some of that Disney magic into our home for this spooky season. We asked all of you on Instagram and Patreon community how you guys bring the Disney magic home at this time of year. Before we share all of your submissions, though, we'd like to share some of our own ideas. Caitlin has compiled some stuff off the internet in her own little noggins here. And let's just kind of go through and see how you can bring some of that Disney magic into your home during the spooky season.
Yes. So we thought we'd categorize them into different categories. So we're going to start with some dinner.
Yeah. And we're thinking like, okay, this is a night in with your family.
Yes.
We start with dinner. We move to desserts.
Mhm.
We move to activities.
Yes.
Maybe end the night off with a Disney movie or something.
Yes, of course. Which I think we should both pick a spooky movie.
Okay, let's
for
do it.
everyone.
All right, let's start off with dinner.
Okay, so again, the whole idea of this is some of these might be a little more in depth than others, but some of them are really easy to do and just great ideas. Pinterest was definitely my friend for these little ideas. So let's start off with a Jack Skellington pizza.
Yum.
Now, Caleb and I love making pizzas at home, but for those of you who do not like making pizzas, there's an easier route. You can definitely go to Papa Murphy's. You can go swing by a grocery store. Just get like a regular like cheese pizza that you can take home and bake. And the way to make this like a Jack Skellington pizza is you cut little pepperonis, which is really easy to do, which I'm going to be posting pictures of all of these ideas on Instagram so you can see them. You just cut the little pepperonis in the corner and it basically looks like Jack Skellington's eyes.
Yeah.
And then all you do is cut a bunch of different tiny little rectangle shapes, and then you just put them all together and form his smile on the pizza.
Okay, so I didn't know it was pepperoni that made that smile. I thought they would have sprayed. See, my idea would have been grab some sauce and like do it that
even
way,
better.
right?
Yeah, that's an idea right there.
Maybe it bakes though into the pizza. Maybe it kind of disappears into
It
the
might.
pizza.
Yeah, and it's probably just a way just to add pepperoni because, again, like we love pepperoni.
Because I'm taking the lazy way. And I'm like, if I grab a Papa Murphy's pizza and I bring it home and the gluten-free, let me tell you, not very good.
Yeah.
But for you normal folks that can eat regular Papa Murphy's, it's probably decent enough. But you take it home, yeah, you can basically just take some of the pepperonis off, cut them, and slap it on. I mean, that's done. $10, and 10 minutes later, you've got yourself a Halloween spooky pizza.
Exactly. And for those of you who don't eat meat, I also thought of that as well. You could use olives to make the smile in the eyes, or you could use like little pepper veggies or whatever toppings you like, mushrooms on top of the cheese, and you can just make little eyes in his smile.
I can see. Do you put bell peppers on your pizza?
I do sometimes.
Yeah, I can see you being able to do that. Shape them on there.
Anything you like. Just it's really easy to form his face on a pizza, and again, it's just fun.
Yeah,
it's a little element, spooky element.
Spooky.
Next up is a little more of an in-depth way to do again pizza. I don't know why. I always think of pizza if you're having like a family night or like a fun night with friends.
It's a classic. So we used to order pizza and have it delivered, which now I feel like you're rich if you have that done.
It's so expensive.
It's so expensive. Fun fact, I've never ordered a pizza and had it delivered while being an adult. So the minute I turned 18, never happened.
Yeah, well, especially with gluten-free, it adds like $17 per pizza.
That is true.
On top
Gluten-free is very expensive. Once you add like delivery and, you want to tip them and stuff for making that effort, it's just, it starts to double your bill. So if you order pizza and you have it delivered, first off, congratulations, you've made it in life. Second, I just missed that experience.
And third, Caleb and I are coming over.
Yeah. Invite us over, and I just want to see the pizza guy come over. Yes. So no, this is a fantastic way of making pizza and having that Disney touch.
Yes. So this is a little more, I would say, kiddo friendly and fun. But there's two ways of doing this, an easier way and then again, a more in-depth. The first in-depth way is basically you go and make your own pizza dough. You're going to form little Mickey heads into the dough, which are going to then make Mickey shaped pizzas. So again, you do that by just doing like a regular, almost like a biscuit shape in the dough. And then you kind of attach the two little ears at the top.
Yeah.
You put on your favorite toppings and then you bake. However, if you're looking for an easier idea, if you just roll dough out on Amazon, they have little Mickey cookie cutters. You can basically just cut the dough with those so that you don't have to deal with trying to attach them.
Like a little mini pizza.
Yes, but again, so fun. Which I really want to make these. I think this would be a neat idea.
And if you've got teenagers, you can cut out 12 mini pizzas for your teenager to feed them.
Exactly.
I'll take 12 Mickey head pizzas, please.
Exactly.
They look delish. I would demolish a pizza right now, which we're actually going to go get tonight.
Yes.
But yeah.
I can't wait.
We should have, we did it the lazy way.
What?
We should have ordered in and made some spooky pizzas.
We should have.
So side note, I don't know if you're going to tell us later. I think we're going to try a couple of these ideas in the next week. So when you're hearing this, it's Monday. Hopefully that Monday through Sunday, you will see us over on Instagram. If you're not following us over there, follow us over at Market House Podcast. You can see us attempt some of these ideas that Caitlin's going to share here in a second.
Yes.
All right. So now that pizza's eaten, the dishes are cleaned. Hopefully the kiddos are helping with that. You are prepping dessert. And what are we having for dessert?
So I have some really fun ideas for dessert. And you'll notice that there are more dessert ideas than the main course.
I saw the list and I'm like, is there any food involved here?
Yes.
Like
well, I'm thinking, you know what? It's Halloween. You want the sweets. At least I do right now. So I'm like, I could eat all of these in one night. So first up, we have an Oogie Boogie ice cream sundae. You guys, this is such a cute idea. And it is such an easy idea to do with your friends and family, your kiddos. All you need to do is get some green ice cream, whether that's pistachio, mint chocolate chip. You can get, is it sherbet?
I love you.
What?
A 7-year-old. Can I get some pistachio ice cream?
Well,
please?
I don't know. Or daiquiri ice at Baskin Robbins.
Gross.
I know.
That is disgusting.
Is it sherbet though?
Sherbet.
Is that how you say it? So
a lot of people say sherbet. I think it's sherbet though.
Okay, so either one. I saw over the internet that people can buy this at their grocery store. It's not like at Target or anything around us, but there's like green sherbet at some grocery stores.
Ooh, cool.
So keep that in mind. But all you do, get some green ice cream. You're going to make little bugs out of crushed up Oreos. Now, again, they're obviously not going to look like bugs because they're Oreos, but we're going to use our imagination here. And then you put gummy worms on top.
Ooh,
That's it.
spooky.
It's so easy, just so simple. You can have fun and put like little fake like spiders around it to like present it like friends and family. Like it's just a spooky way just to have like a really great time.
I love it. I think kids would love that.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. And again, who doesn't love ice cream and gummy worms? Well,
I
Caleb
don't.
doesn't, but...
So two very opposing textures. I don't like it.
Okay, so next up for all of my Hocus Pocus fans, I have found Hocus Pocus Halloween cookies, and these things look so fun to make. So basically, it's just, I'm not going to go ingredient by ingredient. They're basically chocolate chip cookies with chocolate cookies with Halloween M&Ms, so like the green, the orange, the purple. And basically what you do is you put in little, you get like a white frosting container. You get like little, whether you do gel food coloring or like the dripping stuff, you basically want to make that frosting green, and you basically drizzle that all over it.
Oh, that's fun.
And again, it sounds weird probably when I'm describing it, but think of like that kind of cookie with just like green frosting. It's supposed to be like spooky Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, it looks like you have an option to like inject it in the cookie as well.
Yes, which again, I was going to mention that's something that you can do if you want to be more in depth. If you're kind of like, I don't have time for that, literally just put it in a little Ziploc bag and then cut the little corn off and just drizzle it on top. It would still be just a really fun.
Yeah, because it looks like there's like a syringe needed for that. And I don't know if anyone has that just laying around the kitchen.
Yes,
Yeah.
which again, just use a Ziploc. It's really simple to do that.
Fun. That's super fun.
All right, next up, we have another little Oogie Boogie themed treat because I love Oogie Boogie. He's spooky, he's fun, he's creepy. These are Oogie Boogie brownies, which again, this is a super easy recipe. All you do is make your favorite brownies, and you're going to take, again, white frosting, dye it that Oogie Boogie green color, literally put it on top like a blob, and then you're going to take little, what's it called? Little gel frosting. It's like black gel frosting that you can write with.
Yeah.
You literally make Oogie Boogie's face, and that's it.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's literally, for those out there who are like, I don't know how to make Oogie Boogie's face, the picture just shows literally like 2 lines for the eyeballs and then like the smile. And it's literally adorable.
That looks actually pretty good because Oogie Boogie is a basically blob of something. And so basically a blob of icing, and it looks exactly like it.
It's so good. And again, you can make this like super fancy and neat if you're having like a Halloween party or family and friends over. Put gummy worms around the table or the little plate that they're on. It's just a fun way. And again, who doesn't love brownies? I mean, I love them.
I do. I like them.
I'm sure people don't.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last up for our dessert category, this is one that I told Caleb that I am so excited for. I think it's just a fun way of kind of bringing in the Halloween spirit as well as the Nightmare Before Christmas, which we all know and love. But these are Sally's Stitched Sugar Cookies. And for those who are like, what in the world are you talking about? It's basically, again, there's ways to go around this, but you're basically going to get some sugar cookie dough. You're going to separate it into 3 or 4 different colors. You're going to dye some of the dough either a pinkish color, purple, green, or you could do yellow and white, whatever you choose. And then you're going to take those, obviously separate the dough, and then you're going to take bits and pieces of them so your kiddos could do it, mash them together, and then flatten them and bake them in the oven. However, once you take them out of the oven, they've basically flattened, obviously, because they're a cookie, but they're all different shades of like all the colors of like Sally. So it almost looks like they're like just mismatched together. And then you take the black little gel icing and then you draw stitches on top. They're so cute.
That's fun.
Does that make sense? Did I describe that
I
correctly?
hear you. Yes. It's almost like dyeing eggs.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I got out of it. I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm not very good in the kitchen, so I'm just gonna nod and go, okay.
Let me rewind a little bit in case anyone got confused. Okay, Caleb's like, no, we're good.
It's fine.
Okay.
And people, we'll link some of this stuff so you guys can follow along. It's a lot, but yeah, you dyed the cookies.
The cookie dough. So you
cookie
just
dough.
separate the dough
Yeah.
into different bowls, dye the dough, and
Got
then have your kiddos or whoever, friends and family, just take little pieces, form a cookie, flatten it, bake it,
Yeah,
stitches on top.
got it.
They're so cute.
I love it.
I think it's just such a great idea. This would be easy for us to do.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
All right. Lastly, we need an activity.
Okay. Oh, we're doing an activity before the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so
It's a
because
long night.
sometimes people get like a little sleepy after a movie.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Like me. Okay, so for the activity, I think it'd be really fun to just do like a Halloween gingerbread house. Now, again, couple things that you can do here. I thought it'd be fun if you wanted to try and replicate the gingerbread house inside the Haunted Mansion currently.
Good luck.
Which is very hard. But
Yeah.
again, it's fun to have like a contest sometimes. Like if you have friends and family
Who
over.
can get the closest to it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just in general, just making a Halloween spooky gingerbread house. Again, get fun and creative. You can buy the pre-mixed frostings that are all different colors. There are a ton of different brands of Halloween candy. The Reese's Pumpkins. There's M&Ms. There's like, we just got...
Candy corn?
Yeah, candy corn. We just got ghoulish green Snickers.
Yeah. The nougat inside
So
is green.
good.
Yeah.
Like cut those open and put them on your house. Like again, if any of you do this, please take pictures because I would love to see. It's just a great idea for a family time.
Yeah, I love it. And the picture that we'll post, it is actually very spooky. They made trees out of, it looks like black Twizzlers or something.
Yes.
Very cool.
Isn't that creative?
Very, very cool. So you can have a lot of fun with this. I think gingerbread houses are, you can do it all year round. You want a spring gingerbread house? Do it. You want a summer one, summer solstice gingerbread house? Go for it. I feel like you can even keep it up kind of into November just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
If you kind of theme it a night before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just do a fall one.
I love it.
Love it.
Okay. So there's the activities. Let's choose our movies really quick, and then we're gonna share what folks shared with us over on Instagram and Patreon.
Ooh, okay. Can I go first?
Sure.
Okay, so the movie that I would select is Coraline because it's the best.
Coraline, we have to watch that. We're waiting for the weather finally just kind of settled down a little bit. It was 90 something degrees a couple days ago. Now it's like in the high 70s.
Right.
So we're getting to the temperature where I can watch some of that now.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. Mine, I'm gonna go with one of the Harry Potters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. I'll go number 3 because that's kind of a spooky one. Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I love that one. We need to watch that too.
Do it.
Okay.
Okay, those are our movies. All right, let's go over to Patreon first and share what some folks shared there. All right, Chris Miller over at Patreon, Adventures in Millerland. We actually woke up this morning. Caitlin was sweet enough to make me some cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat there after eating eggs, eating actual breakfast. I sat there with a cinnamon roll and a coffee, and we watched their latest vlog from the Disney Wish.
Yes.
They just went on a cruise over there. So jealous, number one. Number two, it was fun following along. So if you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, go check them out, Adventures in Millerland. But Chris shared that at home, Disney at Home, we have the unofficial Disney Parks cookbook from Ashley Craft. And we use that at times to cook out some fun Disney meals. It's not in that cookbook, but we are determined to make Mickey churro waffles.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. We don't have a Mickey waffle maker, so it will have to just be churro waffles.
That speaking of that, there's one that just dropped on Shop Disney.
What?
A new one.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw it recently.
Oh, we're going to have to
Oh
partake.
my gosh. The churro waffles don't even get us started. Those are so good. But I wanted to know, I have always wanted to get one of those cookbooks. I think a couple of our friends have them and they do things out of them randomly, but they look so fun.
They look really fun. Let's order one. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Over at Instagram, we had some of you friends. I don't know how to talk. The English language is hard. Some of you guys over there shared with you how you bring Disney in the home at Halloween time. Let's go ahead and go through them.
Yes, so we're going to go ahead and start with our friends over at Making Magical, Emily and Clayton. This one was hilarious. So, number 1, they said adopt a black cat. Number 2, name him Binks. And number 3, watch Hocus Pocus. It equals the best decision ever.
So they really did this. They really stuck to it, and they lived this out.
They did.
They have a black cat named Binks, which is
I
awesome.
know.
I love that part of it. But watching Hocus Pocus, I'm going to pass, guys.
He's going to watch it, guys. I have another week to get him to do it. He's going to do it.
We'll see. Great job.
All right. Next up, we have a few responses from Jordan the Swan. Jordan, if you're listening, hello. We love you. Thank you for all of these amazing ideas. But the first thing that she mentioned was doing a Haunted Mansion themed Halloween party and having everyone dress up as Haunted Mansion ghosts.
That's fun.
The second I read this, I'm like, that is such a brilliant idea. That'd be so fun,
That would be fun.
right?
Yeah.
Who would you dress up as? Which one?
I would dress up as,
I would do Phineas.
I don't remember their names ever. Phineas, who else?
Phineas, Gus.
And Hebert. I don't know.
I don't remember the last one. I always
I
forget.
dress up as the guy.
Ezra.
Ezra. How about the little crazy haired guy?
No.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay, thanks.
All right, next up, Jordan mentioned recreating Disney poison caramel apples.
Okay, that's fun. That's a good party one because you can have them like they're really presentable.
Yes, and it's one thing I've always wanted to make caramel apples, but I'm always so nervous to do it because I heard caramel is really difficult.
It is hard. You can burn it really easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's always those caramel kits at the store, or caramel apple kits, and I'm like, should we do it?
We did it once, and it was like a microwavable one, and it was a mess.
Oh, it was.
You came over. We were dating, and you came over to help me. I think I was babysitting my brothers, and you came over to hang out, and you bought that kit, and you were so excited, and it was all over the microwave.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Well,
it was fun though.
do it for the memories.
So good luck. If you can do this, do it.
All right, next up, we have Cars Land Halloween playlist as you drive through a well-decorated street/neighborhood. First of all, I had no idea. I've never been thought of doing a Cars Land Halloween playlist.
No, that's good.
So I need to look that up.
Life
because
is a highway.
we love Cars Land spooky season mix that they put up.
Yes.
It's amazing. Did you see Life is a Highway?
Yeah.
It's real spooky.
Rascal Flash.
All right, and then lastly from Jordan the Swan, she mentioned painting cheap mini traffic cones to look like the Halloween cozy cones.
Okay, that's awesome. And I love the specified cheap mini traffic cones because actual traffic cones, my dad had to buy them for an event. They're really expensive.
Are they really?
They're so expensive.
No way.
Yes. So keyword, buy the cheap ones, mini ones, who cares? And that is actually a fantastic idea. I want to do that.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Oh, maybe we'll do it this week.
Okay.
Ooh, spooky.
And then lastly from Lovely Mom on Instagram, she mentioned we do a block party in our neighborhood and have Disney movies playing via projection.
All right, that's awesome.
This is such a great idea. We did something similar. It wasn't a Disney movie with Caleb's family last year. We watched Beetlejuice.
Yep.
But I love the projection idea.
That's awesome. I wish we had a place to do that because I would totally do that.
Right.
Have, people in the neighborhood walk by and can join in, but we don't really have a center spot to do that at.
I wonder if we could just do it on the wall, like in our house.
Yeah.
Is that kind of weird?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, we could build like a fort. Like a spooky fort? I don't know.
Welcome all. Come watch our movie.
Well, no, not invite like people from outside, but like just us.
Just us. Oh, great.
Us. Yeah.
So everyone else can just go, oh, thanks for shining the light on your house.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun. I think all you have great ideas for the Halloween season. I think it's easy to replicate some of that magic at home. Not all of us can be there during the Halloween spooky season, which I wish we could. I wish we could all fly down as one big happy family and join each other for a park day.
Yeah.
But, maybe not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. If I hit that lottery one day, folks, I have to play it first to win. But if I won that it'd hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm taking all you guys.
Oh my goodness.
We're all going down to Disneyland. But the 1 in 4 billion chance of me winning, I don't think it's going to happen. But thanks for joining us. That was a blast.
Yes, thank you so much for all the submissions on both Patreon and Instagram. We really appreciate you guys doing that. We had a fun time with this one.
Really fun. You can find us over on Instagram at Market House Podcast and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Both are a giant help to the show. Remember to join us over on Patreon, markethousepodcast.com/support. We'd love to have you. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. You can check out that link, in the episode description. Join us next week for another episode. It has been fun. It has been wacky and spooky. Bye.